Today, today is the day. Thank you. We've been waiting weeks and we're finally here. We anticipate Taylor Swift's going to make her flight and you are going to be able to do anything and everything you want leading up to what, 8 or 9 or maybe even 10, depending on how fast you get in front of the television, hours of pregame. Thank you for being here. We got props you can only bet on the Super Bowl. We're about to hit it. I got this deal on OddsShopper. I didn't even think it was real. So wait until you hear about this. 58% off. I'll tell you all about that coming up. But as we do here, we ask one thing, right? You hit the thumbs up. Maybe two things. You comment along, anything you like to hear. We asked about your cuisine, your Super Bowl cuisine coming up. Let's look at the first prop you can only play in the Super Bowl. It's a big one. It's been talked about. It's been discussed. It's been written about. I know I wrote it too on OddsShopper, and that's the MVP. That's who wins the Super Bowl MVP. How often are you able to vote on the game MVP throughout the year? Week 1, the conference championship, anything and everything in between. You can't. This is the one game in which you can vote who is the MVP of that. Now, it happens to be the big one, and it happens to be watered down by quarterbacks. But let's look at this here. First off, you have to choose who wins the game. Don't pick a guy on the losing team. That's the worst thing you can do. Well, quasi worst thing you can do. We'll talk about some other things to stay away from. But Kelsey at 14-1, Pacheco at 25-1. You take the team you think to win. I happen to think it's the Chiefs. And you look at, well, where's the value on a non-quarterback? In fact, 14-1 for a guy in Travis Kelsey who can be the reason why Mahomes has big numbers in the air. That's what you need. You need to target somebody who either has big numbers like on the ground away from the quarterback or is the reason why the quarterback is having a massive game. And that's Kelsey in the air, and that's Isaiah Pacheco on the ground. What I love about Pacheco, amongst other things, of course, is that Andy Reid refuses to move away from this kid. That Andy Reid, who has neglected the run for nearly a decade and a half, turns around and says, I got to run this kid. And they love it. Everybody loves it. The hard-nosed Rutgers kid loves it. So we'll take Kelsey at 14-1 to win the MVP and Isaiah Pacheco at 25-1 to win the MVP. See how this stuff works? Only things you can find here on the Super Bowl. So we move. Now, these are two Swiftie props, as they're called it. One, I'm using my bonus bet on. I'll tell you why in a second. But look, do you remember those early exit tokens that you could use mostly on DraftKings? I don't know any other book that really had them, but this is basically like an NBA, a team up by 10 points, and it doesn't matter when they're up by 10 points, that ticket cashes. A team up by 14, I believe, in the NFL, and it doesn't matter when it is, it cashes. Look, again, if you like the Chiefs here, I think this is the play. Clearly, you're getting them to lead by 14 points at any point in the game. We have seen the 49ers start slow. We have seen the Chiefs put up a ton of points in the first half and then kind of slow down a little bit in the second. So for them to be up by 14, 15, 17 points in the first half, and this doesn't have to be in the first half, is worth a play here. Again, you see it. It's a quarter unit down there. No problems, no issues. And we're looking at the Chiefs leading by 14 plus at any point of the game. It's simple when you start to examine how we've seen these early exit tokens applied in the past, and you're essentially getting this at plus 250. Those tokens were never plus 250. You would never bet a team plus 250 to be up by 13 points or 14 points or 10 points in the NBA. You just had to, or unless they were the money line. That's what it was. But it spanned across the board. This is a set fixture at plus 250. Look, don't bet the Octopus right now anything less than 1,300. I don't even think you can find it 1,300. DK's down to 1,000. FanDuel's less than 10-1, which is criminal. 950, I think, like that. Just don't bet it, all right? If you followed and told me we had it at 14-1 at one point, that's great. This has caught an immense amount of steam. The reality, though, is you still have one option. Now, this is my bet and get. So you have to sign up at DraftKings first. We have all these links, all these different books. That's fine. You can sign up and then take advantage of this promo. It's essentially you put 20 bucks down on anything or you get a bonus bet back. So this is your bonus bet. Now, my bet, I did it already, and this is my bonus bet that I got back. I'm using my bonus bet on, no, it's capped, as you see, with Travis Kelsey, on him scoring the Octopus. That's right. Travis Kelsey is him. And I think that at 30-1, he has as likely of a shot as anybody, more so than anyone except for Isaiah Pacheco. But that's really, I just don't think that unless there's a penalty, I just don't think the Chiefs go for 2 on the ground. But if they do go for 2 on the ground, you're damn right that it's going to be Isaiah Pacheco. Most likely, and this is why I love it at 30-1, the Chiefs get a score from Kelsey and they have to go to 2, they go immediately back. Now, you're saying, well, what happens if they get a score, they have to go for 2 and Kelsey didn't score it? That's why it's 30-1. That's why we're applying our bonus bet. So far, Kelsey to score the Octopus at 30-1, Chiefs to lead by 14 plus points, and that's a quarter unit play. And then we gave you the MVPs. This is the MVP right here. I mean, this is the MVP. You're getting 50% off all Odd Shopper packages. All you need to do is use our code Discord. Now, the site itself is insane. You're getting a ton of options of things you can do, but we're also giving you the Discord. This is all part of it here. Shout out to Nate, myself and I, or me, myself and I, Nathan and myself, we hit this 2-man collab in the NBA last night. That's always nice, but it's more than that. It's just insider picks. You get the insider channel. You can talk to us. We have community plays, sweats, parlays, all these other different things you can take advantage of. Similar to the site itself, as you see, like we're doing a lot of different things here, improving the UI. I mean, look at this. The UI, shout out to Sky and the development team, man. The UI has really put some stuff together. And if you're not logged in, you're only going to get one bet. Well, what about these? Locked. What about these? You got to log in. That's why we're giving you this massive 50% off. And all you have to do is use code Super Bowl. All right, come on. Even if you don't know what the hell we're doing here, anything 50% off is worth a shot. Let's be honest. All right, don't bet this. Don't bet this. This is why I have it up here. All right. Now, I understand. It's like my toddler when I say, don't eat that. And of course, what does he do? He eats it. I'm telling you now not to bet this. If you can't help yourself, if you refuse to listen to my advice, if you just have beyond a like shut the hell up type personality, I'm going to do this regardless, then take Deebo Samuel to be the fastest offensive ball carrier recorded. Don't bet this prop. Please don't. He's up there at the top with chalk. These other guys just don't have any speed, as you see there. There is one guy that you can look at, Brandon Ayuk, but Brandon Ayuk's speed is going to come without the football. He's not going to get the ball and break open. Deebo Samuel, look, McCaffrey possibly, not Pacheco. Deebo Samuel is the one guy in this game who has the highest potential catching the ball on 3 yards, maybe 4 yards, or a screen at that, and getting open, an open field. And if he breaks away, that speed is going to be recorded. A guy going downfield without the football is not going to get recorded. It ain't going to be George Kittle, no offense. It sure as hell ain't going to be Travis Kelce, no offense. You got to play Deebo Samuel if you're playing this, but don't. This is an advice situation. This is a PSA, a public Shander announcement. Do not bet the fastest offensive ball carrier recorded. But I know you out there, and I know a lot of you can't help yourself. That's why we love you. That's why we want you subscribed here of this community. So play Deebo if you happen to choose. All right. Last ones here. These are Super Bowl specials. You can check different books. I found a couple here on FanDuel, but you know what? The reality is a lot of these are carried across each book. One thing you will see, 55 plus or 60 plus yard field goal to be scored. If you want to put a tenth of a unit on this, look, don't put any player to record 506 plus passing yards. Don't go crazy. Don't be an asshole. That's all we ask. I'll be the asshole on these videos. I'll take the onus off of you. Any non-quarterback to throw a passing touchdown, either quarterback to catch their own pass, because we saw Lamar do it. I mean, slow down. I think the most likely crazy scenario you have happening here, you're inside. You've got teams that are expected to put up a ton of points. You've got some pretty good kickers, by the way. One young kid on San Fran and then Butker over there on KC. These teams need points. And you know what? To take a risk on fourth down, 4th and 4, 4th and 5 in no man's land, okay, we'll see both of these coaches aggressive, but they also know when it's time to be aggressive and taking some points. And you know what? You go out there and you say, look, we've got a long, strong leg kicker. We're indoors. We need 3. Let's do it. I think that of all of these wacky Super Bowl specials that you'll find across the board, 35-1, 60 plus yard field goal to be scored, that is the number one option there for you. All right. So look, we appreciate you. Go out there, enjoy the game. You were here for a little bit. Thank you. Your time is valuable. Subscribe at the bottom if you can and take advantage of what we have here. I mean, my goodness, this alone is worth your time. I'm just going to leave this up here. Super Bowl is the code, 58% off our entire one-stop shop site, and the Discord.